Life has two options. Is it that we win or we lose? Is it that we love or we hate? Is it that we win or we lose? If you live, win, and of course love, then you've tasted the sweetness of life. Here's my way of welcoming you to a new day this morning on Signature TV. I am Godwin Sunday. Now you're wondering why I got that lyrics from. I got the lyrics because this morning I'll be talking with a star who happens to be a musical star, and her name is Star Sally. She'll be sharing with us a journey into music and how music has been able to influence her and her life in general. But then we're taking this conversation even from the streets of the North, where it is allegedly believed that music doesn't strive here in the North. A lot of musicians here in the North tend to be merry-bound and are not popular out there. But how correct is this narrative? Joining me in this conversation, like I said before now, is Star Sally, and she'll be doing justice to street to stardom on musical space. You're welcome to New Day, Star Sally.
Thank you so much.
Star Sally, first, let's officially welcome you again for the second time and again for the third time. But let's talk about music. How did you come into music generally? Give us an overview of your musical journey.
Okay, it's a whole lot that if I start talking, we might not,
We're
end today.
ready for, let's not end today. We're ready for you today.
Okay, so music for me started while I was in school, in the university, Benin State University. So it started while I was almost graduating. Though I had that thought to go into music while I was in school, though, but I was like, contemplating and trying to do other stuff as well as study. So when I was almost leaving, I started to see people accept my music gradually. I started putting out songs, and people really liked those songs, and I was like, okay, I think I enjoy the fact that people listen to my songs and applaud it. So I thought of, okay, let me see how this thing works, and that was how I got into music professionally in 2022. I released my first music EP 2022, May 2022, thereabout. So from then till now, I've been doing music professionally.
All right. So have you ever done music from probably, you've ever been in the choir, you've been doing music from the street, you have a street band or something, and this further accelerated your thought and into professional music?
Okay, so I have been singing since I was 13. Yes, church choir. So I've been singing since I was 13 in the church. So while I was in the church, I grew up in a Catholic home. So I used to take a responsorial psalm then, and people would be like, oh my God, I love your voice and all of that. So to me it was like danger, and yeah, I was singing in the church choir as well. So yeah, that was how I started too.
There's a lot of narrative that surrounds Afro and R&B music in Nigeria, and one of those narrative has been that a lot of people get inspired through a lot of things, probably taking they induce themselves into taking substances that inspires them into get into that creative space. How correct is this narrative?
I can't really say it is not correct, and I can't really say it's correct. Inspirations for every artist actually differ. So some people try to get in a place where they can draw inspiration from. So maybe that's their own that's their own inspiration. Maybe that's where they get their inspiration from. So, but for me, it's a thing of looking into life, how deep life is, and then trying to see how I can maybe draw words from it and then share it to the world. Yeah. So I can't really say that everybody has to take substance to draw inspiration to write songs.
All right. So basically, when artists want to write their songs and compose their songs, it is believed that they usually need a silent space. devoid of crowd or something. Is this correct?
Yeah, not all artists do.
Because when I heard you mention that the fact that uh, you derive your inspiration from nature, from everything around you, so it means that yours is a bit different.
Yeah, for me it's different. Yeah, because I remember there was one time I was walking on the street, like a very busy street, and like there was this sound that came to my head, and I quickly, most times I just quickly put out my phone and then record, and then I could just maybe find words to it. So I don't really have to be in a very silent space to make music or write something, but maybe for some people though, they work in that space where they just want to channel their minds to somewhere else, so they just need that silence. So for me it's different. I could be in that space too, so it's inspiration comes differently. Like it's not really a particular way, like maybe like, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but you don't really have to say you're in a silent space to get it. You can be in a noisy place and also get inspiration. It's just different. It comes differently.
All right, so it is believed also again. Sorry, I'm trying to correct some of the misinterpretation and misconceptions around music before we even start talking about the street itself, music. There are a lot of misconceptions around music, and again, one of them is the fact that music is a spiritual activity that people need to get themselves spiritually attached or join one association or so. But you are in music. How correct again is this narrative?
Okay, so when people say music is a spiritual activity, I think most people misunderstand it. So when you say music is spiritual, there's a connection between you and the artist, and you and the sound, and you and what you listen to. I think that is what it is about, the spirituality of music. So when saying people have to like go into things to make music, like put their hands into like spiritual things, and people do it. I want to really just say people don't. Some people do it. We've heard of situations like that, but for me, what the spirituality of music is for you to be able to align with that music, connect to that music. That's what the spirituality of music, listening to music, is for me. But for other people, it could be that spirituality of music is you have to put your hand into something for people to be able to stream your song, for people to see you as a celebrity. Life is deep. Some people do things to get to where they are. So it happens in all spheres of life, not just in music alone.
In the North, it is believed that females doing R&B, receptions to female doing R&B is not that wide, because there's a lot of resistance when it has to do with R&B music for women, Afrobeat in the North, so we don't get that reception. But tell me, how's it been so far doing R&B and Afrobeat in the North? How's the reception been so far?
It has been nice for me, because I've been able to secure a fan base where people actually accept my music and accept me and for my music how it is, and the fact that I think R&B and Afrobeat is accepted. So I feel like anybody can be accepted in this world we are now. It doesn't really have to be the fact that you are from the North. So even if the North does not accept R&B and Afrobeat, move from the North and go to somewhere else. But the North has a way they receive music. I would say gospel music mostly move in the North. You know, we from the North, we are spiritual people. So, so gospel music, yeah, kind of strives better than Afrobeat and R&B. But it depends on what part of the North you are as well. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so let's take your music back to the streets of the North. I wouldn't agree that Northerners' reception has been welcoming so far in the North, but you started from the street, and of course you have friends that you do music with on the streets. Let's get that journey of yours from the streets. Did you ever do music in your classrooms in secondary school, primary school, or eating what we call pakpangolo in Lagos or something? Have you ever been in yes, traditional music?
Okay, so from secondary school, yeah, I took some bit of choir now in from primary and secondary school. I was a leader then. Yeah, I do take songs, and when I was in the university, I had some bit of competitions I went into to like try out my voice, try out myself, and yeah, I think I won some. Yeah, I actually did. The last one I won, that was when I met like friends that brought me properly into the music industry. That was like in 2018. I I went for a competition, and I met some few people who were like, you sing amazingly well, so we would like you to come to the studio, let's hear you record something. So the next week I went to the studio. They gave me beats there and there, like I wrote something on it, and I recorded it with a friend. That was the first song I did ever. I don't know where that song is now. I don't know where that song is right now, but that was the first time. That was in 2018. So after the recording, they started calling me for like shows, started inviting me, hey, we have an event, we would like you to perform. So that's how it started. Then it was not professional for me. It was just cruise and fun, and let's just let's see where it goes. So yeah, that was when it actually started for me, from 2018. So I started recording, I started performing, started meeting people in the industry. So that was how my journey, like, till I started music professionally in 2022.
All right, so Star Sally, all of the stories are fascinating. They are amazing stories. But there's something that is more amazing, and that is the name, Star Sally. So let's even give us an history or a background. How did you arrive at the name Star Sally? Was it a spiritual inspiration or something also? Let's hear you.
So I had this confusion on the name I wanted to use, like my music artist name. I had the confusion at first, most especially when I had that competition in 2018. I was using the name Nora Matt because my father's name is Matthew, and my baptism name was Nora. So I said, okay, I want something that is from me. I don't just want to pick names. I just want something from me. So then I was using Nora Matt, but it still didn't sit right with me. So it was along the line, I thought to myself, your name is Esther, you are a star. And then the name I use, actually, my full name is Esther Salihu. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like separate these names. And then I picked the star from the Esther and the Sally from the Salihu. I made the Star Sally.
What an amazing story! Is that this one you just hear right now? They said Esther was something when she now became a star. Established. I used to hear that one right now.
Yeah.
So, but then let's even talk about this name of yours and the way you arrived at it. What was the reception like from family members and friends? Did they push against it? Did your parents threaten to banish you from the house or something? Your village people, what was the reception like?
Luckily for me though, my parents have always been supportive. Like, they've always been my fans, like my ride. They're one reason I do music. They have always been my inspiration. So they've never really complained about my name. They've never really had an issue about my brand, my name, or any of such. So they just accept it as it comes. So I've always been like really cool with the fact that my parents are okay with my brand name, my brand, and yeah, I feel really happy and blessed about that.
And your friends and villagers also, they had no choice but to succumb to the name also?
Yeah. Everybody is used to the name already.
So
Most people don't even call me Esther. They don't even know my name is Esther. They just call me Sally, Star Sally. These days I even feel a bit weird if you call me Esther, and I'm like, who's that?
Oh, you forgot that your name is Esther?
I didn't forget.
All right, so let's talk about a brief of your musical journey. It is believed again that a lot of people just dabbled into music without having to do any form of educational background. But lead us through this line. You've mentioned before now that you were, when you were in school, you mentioned twice. But how correct is this? Is it to say that most musicians are not professionally schooled?
Okay, so there are musicians that just start music from the streets, and they just want to just continue doing music and see how far they can go. And there are musicians like us that found ourselves while we were in school. So it's different for everybody. Some of them do go to school like after they've made it, like King Madi. King Madi is not in the university yet. Like he like her film came while she was jam. So for her, she can still go into school, but right now she just focuses on her study and she just focuses on her career. So it's different for everybody. Some people don't really have the funds to go into school, so they just try to make music a source of income for them. So I think it's different for everybody.
It's different for everybody. Now, we'll go for a short break, but before we go on that short break, we want you to do one of the songs from your EP. I know you have an amazing voice. Well, let's get that voice right now, and let's hear you sing, do a song for us while we go for this short break.
Okay, so this one is titled Love Lines because it's one of my favorites and because it talks about love.
All right, now I'm shy. Well, let's hear it.
I'm just gonna do the chorus. Mind my voice.
No, you're a star, so you're Sally the star. Okay, Esther the Sally. Sorry, Star Sally.
Don't confuse it. Okay, let's see. Baby, I cannot promise you the world, 'cause you are my word, so I would hold it carefully with me. My love, even in the darkest times, you know that I will never leave you. I would always be here. I'll be here. You know that I will never leave you. I would always be here. Be here. You know that I will never leave you. I would always be here. Yeah.
That was amazing. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank
I wanted
you.
to ask if you eat Gary, but then I already said we'll go for a break, right? I will go for this break. I will come back. We'll get into more conversation with Sally, Esther, Star Sally. See you after this break. Welcome back to New Day. Just in case you're just joining us, this is still Signature TV, and I am Godwin Sunday, and we're talking music this morning with Star Sally, and she's putting music into perspective for us even here in the studio. But then, Sally, let's come back to you. Your journey in music from Plateau to Benue, it looks as though it has a different musical culture. How were you able to blend this particular culture, the narratives around music in this angle? Because I know that you had a lot of fan base in Benue and also that of Plateau State. But how has it been so far?
Okay, so I moved from Plateau State when I got admission into Benue State University. So while I was in school, I was able to grow and, you know, associate with the Benue people more. So maybe that's why I have more fans in Benue State compared to Jos, because they don't really know me that well in Jos, but because I've been able to push, they now know that okay, there's a Star Sally and she stayed in Jos. We still stay in my family. We're still in Jos. So the difference is I was there in Benue State. I grew around the people, I grew among the people. I was able to establish there, and I was able to make more fans there compared to Plateau State.
I understand that in Plateau State it's like the R&B musical headquarters in the north, but again we don't see a lot of female musicians springing forth from there. Rather, we have a lot of male musician, rap artists and the rest of them. Why is this so?
I don't really know.
No, because this is your access. Because what I'm asking this is, probably this is what informed your decision into going to Benue State to start up a music. Is it that the musical background around there and the environment does not support female into music? Commercial music, if I may add.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I can't really understand why. I'm actually thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, there are ladies that don't really spring out of, though they are female artists. If you go, you see them, but like breaking out is the problem. So I can't really tell why that keeps happening. I don't really know. I know.
All right. So again, statistics have shown that the level of rap artists that we have from the north, especially from Plateau, is a bit high. So I think it's more of a rap zone, and people use rap to communicate. I'm tempted to ask, why did you choose R&B again?
I think it's due to how I put down music, my creative flow with music, the way I write my songs. You know, the way you write your song, that's how you record it. So I've been able to write songs in a way that just resonates with this song. Is supposed to be an R&B. So I've been able to put my music down that way, and the way my voice is like suiting for an R&B song.
Well, we would have gotten somebody like me to be, probably as you are singing, probably as you be shouting from the background, yeah, something like that.
It's possible. Maybe my next album.
But that's on a lighter note, though. Yeah. I don't know how fantastic my voice is, but
you can try it.
All right, so let me believe that the viewers didn't hear that part of the story. But then let's look at the music generally in Nigeria and the reception to music also in Nigeria. How far do you think we've gone in terms of on the global trend? Do you think that we've been accepted generally, or we're still trekking in the global space?
Oh wow, I think we have been accepted globally, like we are big, because compared to years ago, the Afrobeat music wasn't really like heard, and like it wasn't received from the global audience. But now they vibe to our songs compared to the way we vibe to our songs. So I would say it's doing great. It's doing very well out there. So yeah, I would say it's doing well.
Nigerian artists tend to be surrounded with all form of controversies and all of this. But let's look at this. Do you think that the music at the point gets into artists and metamorphose them into controversial persons? Or what leads to all of this? Because you are an artist and you're coming from the perspective of an artist. A lot of controversies around the musical space.
I think what causes that is because you have so many eyes on you. Like, compared to a normal person, an everyday person that makes mistake, your mistake is easily noticed. Like, you have...
It's amplified?
Like, it's amplified. You have, like, you have eyes on you. So everything you do is either criticized or appraised. So for an artist, it's different. And that's why people have to be. That's why for an artist, they just want to like live their lives in a very like hidden space where people don't get to see them much because people will talk. Compared to a regular person that just lives their life and do whatever they want to do and nobody cares. But if an artist does that same thing, it's a problem. So I think that's just basically it. You have eyes on you at all times of your life. That's why any little thing you do becomes controversial.
But then the issues around this artist being controversial might not necessarily even be eyes on them. In my own
it could
opinion.
be deliberately.
So I'm thinking that is it do artists deliberately get themselves into to promote their music?
Yeah, it
to
happens.
get controversial.
It happens.
But why is this narrative so? It's becoming like a recurrent thing where you see artists and when they get controversial, the next minute you see they are releasing an album and telling their story. Why is this so?
I think with the advent of social media, people want to be in the faces of people. So they always want to be in the faces. Somebody who does that a lot is Portable.
Okay, it means Zazu Crony. Oh, you mean the
Yeah, he does that a lot. He's good with controversies. Like, he does that because, okay, if you do that to them, actually, if you do that, you tend to like get more audience with your upcoming project. So that's why they do that. But I don't really know.
But what they say, good food, a good food sells itself in the market without even being announced. I should feel that if your music is good,
yeah,
people should, like in Benue State, the reception your music gets is alarming.
Yeah.
And the North in general, Star Sally is like everywhere, like every face of everybody
yeah.
in the North. When you hear Star Sally, first I thought it was, it was one foreign person that was coming up. I saw you, I said, okay, this is the Star Sally, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
But then let's talk. You've not been controversial lately. Is it due to the fact that your upbringing or something, or probably you have mentors that keep flogging you or keep scolding you? That's why you've not. Let's lead us through that line of thought.
Okay, so personally, I'm a very shy person, and I like to stay in my space a lot. I really don't like too much crowd around me. So one fact is I actually have mentors around me. So if I'm doing something and they don't want it, they'll be like, don't do that. Or maybe I want to upload something, they'll be like, don't do that. So I'm able to have people around me that watch after my brand closely. So it helps me stay away from a lot of controversies. And I personally don't like too much attention, but I cannot like shy away from it. But I just find myself in a space where I've been able to, like stay away from controversies. I don't know if I'll be able to undo controversies.
Okay, so that brings me to this question of from street to stardom. Has it been so far? Have you been able to buy things in the market like normal price? When the year starts suddenly coming to the market, I think people should hike their prices. And have you been able to cope so far?
Like every Nigerian, I've been coping with.
You go to the market?
Yeah, I do. I do go to the market, and some people are like, I know you. You sing right there. So they don't actually hike their prices because I will argue with you. What's that?
You're a celeb, for goodness sake.
No, please.
No, Star Sally, you're a celeb. Nigeria
is frustrating enough. Nigeria is frustrating enough with the hike and everything.
It doesn't tell on your person.
I know. Huh?
It doesn't tell.
Really?
And you don't look like the hike of Nigeria. Nigeria did not happen to you. You're still looking all rosy.
Oh God, it's just the all that glitters is not gold.
Okay, but all gold glitters.
Yes.
So let's leave it at that. All right. So lead us through that story again for the second time. How's it been?
Okay, so for me, it has been a journey, roller coaster of emotions, and it's been cool. I dropped my EP 2022, but since then I've not really dropped any songs. So I've been growing with those songs that I have had, and what really makes me happy is the reception of my song. Like, I hear people say, Sally, I love your songs, it resonates with me so well. Like, I listen to your song because it's healing, and I'm like, really? It's such a beautiful feeling for me to see people like resonate with my song so well. So the journey for me, it isn't easy. It's never easy, but it's been good.
We started this interview started from what inspires your song. I was going to come to that point where to say that your voice sounds medicinal. No, that's off the camera. But it sounds healing though.
Thank you.
That's why I wanted to know just the story behind the voice, the receptions you've gotten so far. So particularly about that market, I was even thinking that probably celebrities have their own special market that's been made for them, and also they have their own clothing lines, because the perceptions we get on the internet reflects that you have a different life altogether. But I might be wrong. You can correct me.
I think most celebrities just do online buying. So they just get things online. But I've not gotten there yet. So
right, let me take that as a humble beginning.
Yeah.
Because when people want to say I've not gotten there yet, it's just to stay humble. But people that know Star Sally know that Star Sally who she is, and she's very prolific.
Yes. So I still go to the market to buy things. Yes.
There's no special market for Star Sally.
If you say so.
All right, so that's really amazing.
Thank you.
Again, in your journey so far from the streets through to stardom, tell us about some of the challenges that you've been confronted with. Oh, it's all rosy so far. You've never had any challenge, but if there is a challenge, can you share with us?
So basically, I'd say the common adversity we actually face as upcoming artists, in the music industry, like common challenges I face, breaking through the noise right now is crazy, because at every day, every Fridays, every Wednesdays, every Thursdays, you hear new songs. So the streaming platform has given people the opportunity, giving artists the opportunity to release songs on streaming platforms that can give them this global audience. So breaking out of the so many is not as easy as it seems. So that challenge of wanting to break out is crazy. And then we still have lack of financial resources. So the financial part is another long conversation, because as an artist, upcoming artist now, you have to do other jobs to fund your life and also fund your music. So financial restraints too happens. And then we also have lack of time to create, because you are always busy, maybe with your work, or maybe trying to fend for your family. Just something just takes you from your creative space. I like being in the studio. If you leave me in the studio for 2 days, I can be there, I'll just be making music. But I can't do that because I still need to work. I still need to find money to put back into the music. So it's a whole lot like that surrounds being an artist in this common day. Like, yeah.
It's surprising to hear that artists go through challenge. Or one sees you on the social media space.
You just feel all rosy.
And sometimes you feel like you're not even living in Nigeria. But I told you I was surprised when you walked into the studio. At first I thought your jet landed in front. Your chopper landed in the compound of Signature TV. But now that you say that it didn't land, it is fair.
In short, I trekked.
No, you can't trick. That's a can't trick. That's a humble beginning. I will keep correcting that. It's a humble beginning.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just kidding though.
Yeah, I know it's a humble beginning. You know when people want to be humble, and I tell you, I used to wear bathroom slippers. Yeah. I wear bathroom. That's a humble beginning.
We all know that's not
yes,
true.
We know the real fact of the case. But then, let's even talk again about this from streets to stardom. It has been very lucrative. You've mentioned streaming platforms, but tell us, has the streaming platform been able to accommodate Nigerians so far? Have there been issue of short payments, Nigerians artists being defrauded, or something? What's the narrative like on the streaming platform for Nigerian artists so far?
Okay, so sometimes about it doesn't really come off as how it looks. Okay, you asked me a question first. You were like, how do artists look behind the scene? Like they are so big and then they have to go through like struggles behind the camera. That's because we just have to give you people what you want to see so you can keep loving us.
So is it make believe?
Probably, yeah, not all, but yes, it's just like you putting yourself and your music out at all times, and you need to look good too. So the streaming part of it, yeah. Okay, so it doesn't actually look as it is. Yeah, some people will be like, but you make music now, you make a lot of money from your streams, and I'm like, okay. So people it favors, yeah, are people that are well known, like artists that are big. That's the people it favors more. So you need to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing for you to make like millions of streams, for you to get that millions of dollars or naira.
But there's no issue of frauds in the system so far.
There's not much issue of fraud like in the streaming system, except you don't know how to do it and then you make mistakes. So that's why you need to get people that know how to like navigate that part of the streaming platform and work with them, because as an artist you don't know everything, so you need to like work with certain people. You need to have a team of people that can, tell you, okay, this is what we need to do, this is where we need to put money into your songs so we can push it, and then people can see and stream.
All right, speaking of streaming, we'll come back to that around that conversation again, but we want to talk about you as a person, because after this break now we'll be coming to you. A lot of things your fans don't even know about you. Surprisingly, you were surprised that you still eat eba. A lot of fans don't know about you. But we'll come back to that conversation. But just before we go on this short break, there's a song that want you to do a freelance for us. Just do a freelance song for us. A song that probably want us to give you a topic. Of course, who are we not to give you a topic? We can give you a topic around that.
Okay, then.
It's just a song for us today. On just do your thing for us.
Okay, just give me a word. No, a hard word. A very
it will be that difficult.
A simple word.
Okay, I think Star Sally likes love a lot, so I'll give you love.
You want to put me in trouble? Okay, so love. Pardon me. Okay, so this is a freestyle. Love is a beautiful thing, and love makes everything look beautiful. Like I said, if you have it in you, you flow. 'Cause love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing, you see. And whenever you find that love in you, never just let it out. Just make sure you love your life all time.
I would definitely do music. Star Sally,
I'm so
thank you
sorry
so
about
much.
that.
That was very beautiful. I'll go for this short break, and when we come back, we're still talking with Star Sally, and this time we'll be going personal with her after this break. Please stay with us.
The only thing that is permanent in life is change. Therefore, change is desirable. However, if there's any time there's any change, we should be aware that a lot of things will have to come into play. It is not limited to change in office, change in personalities, but also includes the way we do things. The way we do things in Nigeria, that is why one of the things that we have not been having desired results. Every time that we have a change in government, there are a lot of expectations from Nigerians. Why are we not achieving this? It is simply because we are only focusing on who should be the head of this parastatal, the head of this agency. It should be further than that. What we should be looking at is changing our orientation, a meaningful way of thinking in a positive way. If there's any change in any office like the CBN, the agenda should be how do you make CBN to be functional, to be responsible in changing the value and the expectations that Nigerians have on our currency. Changing our orientation is very important, which we have been neglecting, and that is why we are not getting our desired result.
Welcome back, and just in case you're just joining us, this is still New Day on Signature TV, and of course I'm still hanging out here with Star Sally, and we are talking music from street to stardom. But right now I want to go into another part of the conversation. This is the path where you get to find out some personal things about her, and also there's a lot of things you don't know about her. You'll be hearing it firsthand here in Signature TV. And of course, you can take this to the bank, but I can guarantee you, you never withdraw. So let's come back to you, Esther, first. It is believed that with your kind of voice, you don't eat food. Probably you do fasting regularly.
Wow.
But let's hear from you. Do you eat at all?
I like food. I eat a lot. Actually, I do eat food, please. I eat so much. I eat food.
Are you still maintain the same voice?
Yeah, actually, I'm just lucky. Sometimes the way I eat, I'm wondering why the voice don't usually get really bad.
That's on one hand. Your fans are curious.
Yeah.
And they want, what do you do for leisure? Outside being in the studio, do you have a secular life? What do you do for leisure in general?
Okay, so I like to watch movies. And I just like to sleep. Yeah.
Okay, so moving forward, where is your favorite travel destination?
So I haven't really traveled much. Just some.
So if you want to travel, where would be your favorite dream travel destination?
I'd like to go to USA or UK. So UK probably because I like the way their blacks speak. Like I like their accents so well. So I just want to go and yeah, I think that would be the best.
All right. So I know that you've mentioned before now that you're not just a musician, but you're well schooled. So, what's your favorite books of all time?
Nah, it won't make the Nosa people. When it comes to my study, or just generally?
General book, but we probably have a book that is your favorite of all time. This is the first time people are hearing it on Signature TV. Your fans are watching that for the first time, hearing that, okay, it is a Star Sally's favorite book of all time that she has ever read.
Okay, so I have this book at home, and it's called Atomic Habits. So it's really nice. Don't ask me who wrote it, please don't. Actually, and there's this book, Gifted Hands, too. I read a book while I was in school. It really invested in me a lot.
That's Ben Carson.
Yes, I actually liked that book a lot because it invested in me. It made me believe that, okay, I can do things. Once I place my mind in doing it, I could achieve things if I really want to. So yeah, Gifted Hands is one of them.
All right, so again, people say that being a musician is something that just happened to you, but then do you have mentors or role models within the musical space?
Yeah.
So which of them inspires you the most?
I think people I look up to, like the younger generation. We see the likes of Arya Star, we see the likes of Thames, King Maddie. King Maddie. So, like, I see the younger generation do so well, and I feel like challenged that, okay, these people are motivating me. So they are my models right now. Like, I can see the younger generation making it, so I'm like, yeah, those are my motivations right now.
So apart from those ones you've mentioned, outside the shores of Nigeria, do you have people you look up to and you want to be like them at any point in time in your life?
Yeah, we have Beyonce. I love her so much. And we have Nicki Minaj, we have Rihanna. There's a long list.
All right, so what's your favorite color?
I think white.
That's why you're putting on white.
Not really.
All right. So that apart, let's look at your hair and your styling, the styling of your looks in general. Fantastic hairdo. Let's talk about it. Is the hairstyle for artists, is it also spiritual?
I think for me, I just mix what goes with my face and what goes with maybe the concept of what maybe I want to do a shoot. Yeah. I do my hairdo based on the concept of maybe the shoot or maybe the concept of what I want to put out. So hairdo is different. It's not really spiritual. Some people, I usually say life is like different for everybody. For some people, they like to make their hair in a spiritual way. Well, for me.
All right. So before I let you go, what are you working on right now? Are you working on a particular project at the moment?
Yes. I have a single coming out soon, though the date is not yet fixed. But a single coming out very soon.
As we let you go, give us a song from that album or something, the EP. Let's get a song that tells us as we begin to pack our things to leave the studio.
Okay. So this is the word I'm gonna leave you with because it's from my song. Inna this life is a jungle. Make I no lose my mind. Me no want tumble. Make no sadness can't take my joy away, 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 away. Say I just one day in my happy moments. I just one day. Yeah, that's it.
Esther Star Sally, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of New Day this morning.
Yeah.
You really made our day. I'm filled with smiles, although I don't know how to sing like you, but I think I need to come for a musical class or something of that magnitude.
I'm available.
Thank you so much. Well, viewers, this is how far we can go today on New Day. Do remember to follow us on all our social media handle as displayed on the screen. And remember, you can leave a comment for Sally. Of course, some of the things that you find out today from her, it's the first time she's saying such on any media platform. And of course, Signature TV is at the forefront of ensuring that we bring you that information about celebrities that you don't know about. Well, thank you so much for sticking with us till this time. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Till I come your way again, same time, same station tomorrow. Keep watching Signature TV. From all of us here in the studio, it's bye for now.